The Nikon Z9 II is the camera everyone is whispering about. And if you're a sports shooter, wildlife photographer, documentary filmmaker, or just someone who wants the most powerful mirrorless camera Nikon can possibly build, then you need to hear this before you spend thousands of dollars on your next upgrade. Because 2026 is shaping up to be a year where flagship cameras don't just improve, they separate the serious creators from everyone else. And Nikon, quietly but confidently, is preparing something that could completely shake up the high-end camera world again. The first Nikon Z9 didn't just compete. It embarrassed rivals in many categories. It was the camera that proved Nikon wasn't playing catch-up anymore. But here's the part that matters. The Z9 was never the final form. It was the foundation. And the Nikon Z9 II looks like Nikon is ready to unleash the finished version of its flagship vision. Faster, smarter, cleaner, and possibly more cinematic than anyone expected. Let's be real. The camera market in 2026 is brutal. Content creators expect insane video features. Photographers demand perfect autofocus. And pros want reliability that doesn't crack under pressure. A flagship camera isn't judged on specs alone. It's judged in stadiums, war zones, forests, deserts, weddings, and documentaries, in moments you can't repeat. And Nikon knows this. That's why the Z9 II is rumored to be more than just a Z9 with a small refresh. This isn't meant to be a cute update. It's meant to be Nikon's direct answer to every complaint, every limitation, and every competitor release that happened after the Z9 launched. Nikon wants one thing: for professionals to stop even considering alternatives. And if the leaks are even half true, the Z9 II might do exactly that. The biggest question everyone is asking is simple. What will Nikon upgrade first? Image quality, speed, autofocus, video, or all of it? And the scary answer is it might be all of it. The Z9 already delivered a stacked sensor, blackout-free shooting, and pro-level durability. But technology doesn't sit still, and Nikon's engineers have had time to push the limits. The Z9 II is expected to bring a next-generation processor and improve performance across the board, meaning faster readout, better rolling shutter control, more intelligent autofocus tracking, and even more video flexibility. And listen, when Nikon improves processing power, they don't just increase speed, they unlock features that weren't possible before. That's where the Z9 II becomes dangerous for the competition. Now let's talk autofocus, because autofocus is the true make-or-break feature of any flagship. Nikon subject detection has been improving like crazy, and recent firmware updates on existing models show Nikon is absolutely obsessed with perfecting tracking. That's not random, it's a hint. Nikon is clearly training its AI systems harder than ever. The Z9 II is expected to come with improved, deep learning subject recognition that feels almost predictive. The kind of autofocus that doesn't just lock onto a bird's eye, it stays glued to it even when branches are blocking the shot, even when lighting is ugly, even when the subject changes direction at full speed. Imagine tracking that doesn't panic, doesn't hunt, doesn't lose the subject for half a second. For wildlife shooters, that's not convenience. That's the difference between getting the shot of a lifetime and coming home with regret. And if you shoot sports, you already know what this means. The Z9 II is being positioned like a machine designed for speed. There's talk of even better burst shooting and possibly higher frame rate raw performance. That matters more than most people think because it changes how you shoot. When you trust your camera to capture everything, you become more aggressive, more confident, more creative. And that confidence shows in results. Nikon wants the Z9 II to feel like it's removing limits, like it was engineered for photographers who don't have the luxury of second attempts. But the real twist is video, because Nikon has been quietly building a serious reputation in filmmaking circles. The original Z9 already shocked people by delivering high-end 8K options in a body built for pro photographers. But in 2026, that's no longer enough. Creators want smoother workflow, cleaner HDMI output, more codec flexibility, improved heat performance, and features that make the camera feel like a cinema tool, not just a photo camera that happens to shoot video. That's why the Z9 II is rumored to push even harder into hybrid monster territory. People are expecting upgraded 8K capabilities, more frame rate options, potentially stronger 4K slow motion, and better internal recording choices. And if Nikon nails the balance between cinematic quality and reliability, the Z9 II could become one of the most valuable cameras for creators who do everything: commercial work, documentaries, YouTube, short films, and even high-end event coverage. And here's something most people aren't talking about enough. Nikon might also evolve the experience, not just the specs. Pros care about usability, menu systems, EVF performance, screen design, durability, battery life, boot time, buffer clearing, and speed in real-world conditions. The Z9 II is expected to refine the overall handling of Nikon's flagship platform. Cleaner operation, faster responsiveness, and possibly upgrades to the viewfinder performance that make tracking action feel smoother and more natural. People forget, the viewfinder is where the battle happens. A flagship camera needs to feel like an extension of your brain. Nikon knows it can't just be powerful. It must be effortless. Now let's address what everyone really wants to know: release timing and price. If you're waiting on this camera, you need to be smart because Nikon is playing the long game here. Flagship releases don't happen randomly. Nikon wants maximum attention, maximum professional adoption, and perfect timing around major global events. That's why many expect the Z9 II to land in 2026 as Nikon's major pro release, likely after early 2026. And the price? Let's just say, this won't be a budget-friendly camera. This is a premium flagship designed for people who demand the best. But here's the thing: if Nikon delivers even a few major upgrades in autofocus, speed, and video, professionals will justify it instantly. Because for pros, the Z9 II isn't expense, it's income. It's reliability. It's confidence. It's the tool that pays for itself. But let's be honest, should you wait for the Nikon Z9 II or buy something now? Here's the best way to think about it. If you already own the Z9, you're not in trouble. You're still holding one of the most capable cameras ever made. But if you're about to upgrade from something older, or you're choosing between Nikon and another brand's flagship, waiting could be the smartest move you make in 2026. Because Nikon doesn't release a flagship every year. When they move hard. And if the Z9 II arrives with improved AI autofocus, boosted video capability, and refined performance, it could instantly become the most complete professional hybrid camera Nikon has ever produced. So here's what you should do right now. If you're serious about photography or filmmaking and you care about buying the right camera at the right time, keep your eyes locked on Nikon's next announcements, because the Z9 II isn't just a new camera. It's a statement. And if Nikon delivers what everyone expects, this camera could dominate sports, wildlife, and professional video creation for years. The Nikon Z9 II might not just be an upgrade. It might be the new gold standard. And the moment official details finally drop, the entire camera industry will feel it.